Welcome to Murray, Kentucky, the CFSB Center, where Murray State hosting first-round NIT action against the UTEP Miners. They lead it by 3. And Matt Wilms from UTEP gets the first rebound alongside Darren Horn. I'm Rich Hollenberg. Murray State, one of those teams that is the poster boy for why didn't they get into the NCAA tournament. They're looking to extend their season here in the NIT.
And right now, both these teams are a little gassed. We're headed to the 14-minute mark. No media at the 16 yet. Both tired. Watch Cameron Payne. This Murray State team is a team that wants to fly up down the floor, and now they're walking it. Both teams a little winded.
And both teams only go about 8 deep in their rotation. Payne fouled by Lang. 14:24 to go. It's Murray State with a 1-point lead against UTEP, entertaining in the early opening moments. And here's a look at their portion of the brackets. Murray State and UTEP will await the winner of Tulsa and William and Mary. And of course, Murray State getting a lot of attention as a team that maybe should have, would have, and could have made the NCAA tournament. It started slow for the Racers, only 2-4 to start this 2014-15 campaign. A couple of head-scratching losses, but then they won 25 straight, including 16-0 in the Ohio Valley Conference, ultimately to have their hearts broken in their final OVC championship game, a 1-point loss to Belmont. And we welcome you inside the CFSB Center in Murray, Kentucky, alongside Darren Horn. I'm Rich Hollenberg. So we just kind of recapped in a nutshell what Murray State and the Racers program went through this year. And there are some reasons why they shouldn't have been in, and there are reasons why they could have gotten in.
You know, it's a situation where this is the kind of team you want to be in the NCAA tournament. They're NCAA tournament worthy in terms of the kind of team that they are. 25-0 after a slow start, and you wouldn't want to see them if you got them in the bracket in the NCAA. The issue is they didn't get it done with their resumes. Some bad losses in the non-conference. Valpo, an NCAA tournament team. Xavier, an NCAA tournament team, just pounded Murray State. That's why they're not in.
And look at the blind resumes. Left side, right side, who do you want? Well, a lot of people didn't think UCLA deserved it, but that strength of schedule right at the top is probably what pushed them over the top and kept Murray State out.
And again, 0-2 versus the RPI top 50 and no quality wins in the non-conference. So it's just a victim of the system. Are they good enough to be in the NCAA tournament? Yeah, there's no question they're good enough to be in the NCAA tournament. But the losses in the non-conference on the resume is what hurt them. Houston, who wasn't very good this year, at Xavier, got pounded. Portland and Valpo, and the Valpo one's the one that really hurts. Almost 40 points against a team from a similar league in the horizon.
Yeah, Valpo, good team. They are in the tournament. Xavier is in the tournament. So you wonder, are those good losses, bad losses? The bottom line is Murray State did not have enough of either to get in.
And one of the challenges that you have if you're Steve Prohm is in scheduling. You know what? You're not getting a lot of people to come to Murray, Kentucky. They know how good you are. They're not taking that home-and-home series.
And with that, you talk about Steve Prohm, and not only this season, but the start of his head coaching career is almost second to none. And later on in the game, we'll highlight some of the great coaches who have come through this Murray State program. Steve Prohm reached 100 wins faster than any of them. That 3 rings out. UTEP a chance to take the lead, 14-15 to go in the first half.
UTEP needs to do something to make sure that Hunter gets involved in this one. Maybe get him a touch on the block or in the elbow area. Let him try to create something.
Omega Harris has checked in the game, number 2 for UTEP. High off the window, no good. Offensive board is good. That's the first 2 of the game from C.J. Cooper.
Major concern coming into the game for Murray State is keeping this bigger UTEP team off the glass. That time, it was a little fella that got the easy putback.
Cooper averages just under 8 points a game, but look out if he scores 10 or more. They're 30 or 4 on the year when C.J. Cooper goes double digits. That ball goes out of bounds. Tom Eads says it'll stay Murray State basketball.
If you watch Murray State's possessions, they really use Cameron Payne well. They start possessions with the ball in his hands, and then they're going to get it back to him at the end of the possession. Very ball dominant. Cameron Payne does an outstanding job of running this team.
There's Williams, short from the top of the key. Omega Harris, maybe the fastest player on the floor, and he sprints down to the other end and gets fouled and will go to the line.
And Mega Harris in a hurry. The throw ahead, he pushes it, 2 dribbles into the rim from half court. Caught Jarvis Williams jogging back a little bit. Can't do that against a guy with the kind of speed that Harris has.
Harris, a freshman out of Bethany, Oklahoma, has UTEP up 1. UTEP the 6th seed in this bracket of the NIT, on the road against the 3 seed Murray State Racers.
One of the things to keep an eye on this game, Tim Floyd known for his defense and his multiple defenses. He will mix in some triangle and 2 and some box and 1 throughout the game.
And right now we see number 4, Julian Washburn, the best defender on this team, basically blanketing Campaign.
Well, almost borderline face guarding him and not letting him get a touch. Look, he's nowhere near in help.
Payne and Washburn got a hand on it. But Payne follows with the dipsy-do under the basket. First 2 for Cameron Payne.
Well, Julian Washburn is so focused on Cameron Payne, he doesn't know where the basketball is and ended up getting a little bit lost in that last play, and it cost him.
Inside, here's Hunter. He can muscle it up with the best of them. And Tom Eads calls for a traveling violation. Well, Campaigns can score in a number of different ways, and he can sneak by you in a hurry.
Well, he missed a shot, got it back, and the pretty lay-in. This young man has terrific feel. He's very smooth on the basketball court, plays with outstanding pace, never gets sped up, always in full control of his game.
4 starters still on the floor for Steve Prohm. 0 in Wayne Langston has just checked in. And number 23, Justin Seymour, 3-point specialist, also on the floor.
And one of the things about Cameron Payne, it's rare that you see a guy that scores it like he does, Rich, that also handles the ball so well. 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio.
Stolen away. Hunter tried to take it coast to coast. Instead, he'll go to the line and have to earn it from the stripe. Well, this is the 78th annual National Invitation Tournament, but this year something different. 2 different rules that we're experimenting with: a 30-second shot clock instead of 35, and a wider restricted arc, a 4-foot restricted arc. Why are they doing that, Dad?
Well, trying to see how it affects pace of play with the shorter clock, and then with the arc, you see it there. It's just a little bit further out than the current one in college basketball, hoping that maybe it'll cut down on the number of collisions at the basket.
Hunter misses the first. He's only a 59% free throw shooter. 1 for 2 for Vince Hunter, the leading scorer on this UTEP team. And the Miners have a 1-point lead, under 12 to go. Kick out, Sapp. That's an NBA 3-pointer from TJ Sapp. All 5 Murray State scorers are in the scoring column. Here's Morris for 3. Answers. Usually the top scorer off the bench. Urban Morris got the start tonight, and he has 5.
Nice inside-out action, and you see the versatility of Julian Washington. Catching the ball in the post, taking the double team, finding the open teammate.
Coming up on 11 minutes to go. It's been a back-and-forth contest. 10 on the shot clock. Sapp. Good hands by the UTEP team. And here's Harris.
Sometimes guys like Harris are so quick, Rich, they fake themselves out. He couldn't get a handle on that one because he was going too fast.
Morris spins, and he's called for steps.
Both teams sharing the basketball well, making the extra pass because they want to stay alive in tournament action. First the Racers, and then the Miners, up 1 on the road.
Rated mature. In small business, you have to work hard, know your numbers, and stay focused.
I was determined to create New York City's first self-serve frozen yogurt franchise.
And now you have 42 locations.
The more I put into my business, the more I get out of it.
Like 5 times the rewards when you make select business purchases with your Ink Plus card from Chase.
And with Ink, I choose how to redeem my points for things like cash or travel. How's the froyo?
Just peachy. Literally.
Ink from Chase, so you can.
The target is approaching.
Roger that.
It was a setup. Somebody wants me dead. You're gonna kill them all? Boom.
The Gunman. Rated R. In theaters Friday.
Need brakes? Right now at Pep Boys, Pro Stock brake pads are only $14.99 with coupon. Or get $50 off our Precision Match brake service with coupon. The best brake service, period. Exclusively at Pep Boys.
So, you say men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Then how do I get this?
Safe driving bonus check. Every 6 months without an accident, Allstate sends a check. Okay. Silence. Are you in good hands?
Welcome back to NIT first round action. UTEP up 1 on Murray State. Why are we showing you a shot of a dozen guys with their heads down? Well, those are all NBA caliber executives, one of which is Masai Ujiri, the Toronto Raptors GM, and the other, David Griffin, the Cleveland Cavaliers GM. Part of the reason they're here, Darren Horn, is to see this young man play basketball.
Cameron Payne, the latest in a long line of great guards at Murray State. A versatile guard, outstanding offensively, terrific in transition, can create his own shot, shoots with deep range. But I think what I like most about him, this guy loves the big moment. He wants the ball when the game's on the line. Plays with a great deal of emotion and energy.
Got to see him in the OVC championship game. In the semifinals, his team was down, and he had 2 huge three-pointers to seal the victory for them. And then he was special in that championship game despite the loss. 20 points, 10 assists in that game. He's 10th in the nation in scoring.
And you see those averages, 20.6 assists. That means he's got the basketball in his hands an awful lot for this Murray State team. That's why Julian Washington is face guarding him with no help, trying to limit his touches.
Farrell lost it. Here comes Vince Hunter. Payne gets a hand on it, knocks it away from Morris. Those two, Cameron Payne and number 20 for UTEP, Irvin Morris, Darren, they're actually familiar foes. They played with each other in AAU ball in Memphis.
And Julian Washington. So good defensive deflection. Julian Washington was not in the picture on that one because he's guarding Cameron Payne. He is giving no help trying to take Cameron Payne out of this game and limit his touches.
Here's Morris. Jump stop. No. Cedric Lang picks it up and can't follow. And Jonathan Farrell cleans it up for Murray State. Sapp off the curl. Found some room. And they're going to count the basket, say it's offensive or defensive goaltending. So Murray State goes up by 1, 16-15 with 9:43 to go.
A lot of traffic down there at the rim.
That was close.
Ball is definitely in the cylinder. Can't do that. Tim Floyd not happy about it.
Now UTEP slow to start on the road. They're 1-8 in their last 9 non-conference road games, 2-11 over the last 13 in that category.
Cameron Payne goes out for a few minutes, so Julian Washburn, not Washington, goes out as well.
Vince Hunter, an easy 2. He has 3, and UTEP back on top. Teams trading buckets at this point with almost 9 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Williams, surrounded by UTEP jerseys. Here's an offensive rebound again. Williams nowhere to go, but he gets fouled. so far, we were wondering coming into this game, Darren, who's going to have the rebound against? Both teams can board really, really well. Right now, Murray State's getting the better of them.
Well, and it's the two big guys on the inside. Williams and Farrell are just outworking UTEP. Sheer will on the backboards.